I'm actually enjoying playing Animal Crossing New Horizons again 6 years after its release, and that is because, of course, we got the brand new 3.0 update, which I have heard a couple of people saying they were underwhelmed by, but I really like that it's stripping it back to basics for me. I have never chopped this much wood. I've never actively thought about growing my flowers again until I got this update. And of course, my enjoyment is also being helped by the fact that I have challenged myself to 100% complete the Nook Miles achievements. And so in today's video, I kind of wanted to take both of those things and see if the 3.0 update is actually going to help my cause when it comes to completing all of the Nook Miles achievements in New Horizons. It's wild. I usually have such beef with the fact that people on my island just like expect me to do stuff for them and to basically work my butt off whilst they have their feet up chilling. This time around, I'm just like, yeah, give me your tasks. We actually have 3 new achievements introduced with 3.0, and one of them is still a mystery to me. Please do not spoil this in the comments below. I want to come across this just naturally within my game. I want to see what it's all about. And I think that's going to kind of encourage me to explore 3.0 to like the deepest that I possibly can. It's kind of nestled in between 2 that are to do with the hotel, which does make me think that it is also going to be to do with the hotel, considering it kind of has like the hotel and cap and ship on the back of these 2. I can't imagine it's going to really split it up, but then I'm like, is it tied to Resetti? Because, you know, he offered me a free trial the first time I spoke to him, and I was like, I don't really have anything for you to do. Could it potentially be the man, the myth, the mole? Of course, we have decorate a hotel room. I've actually done 3 hotel rooms out of 5, which surely isn't true. I did 4, but maybe the first one doesn't count towards this, because I definitely did 2 the first day, and then I did 2 yesterday. Then the next one is the DIY goods wanted. A lot of people have been asking me, girl, how do you already have so many tickets for the new hotel? This is why. I love mindlessly doing a task on a video game whilst I'm watching TV. The Traitors is on again right now, and Animal Crossing 3.0 just came out. To me, life is good. We're collecting DIY goods to promote the island. Please drop the requested items in the box by the pier. Rewards and miles await. Yes, yes. Now, if you haven't watched my video going over the 3.0 update, kind of playing it for the first time, I'm gonna link it in this video so you can go check that out if you want to. We obviously did quite a few of these. We kind of got the introduction. First day that this landed, I got the 5. Second day that I played this update, I got the 50. Now I have to do 150, which unfortunately I don't think I'm gonna be able to do today. Definitely not in this video. Maybe later on whilst I'm watching some TV. But I do want to go into the hotel so that 1, I can kind of flex all of my tickets on you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty proud of them. And also 2, so that we can work on more hotel rooms. I have 4,000 tickets currently, and that's with buying something every day from Grams, which, speaking of, I am actually going to... Ooh, she's expanded. This is perfect. Want to peep at the catalog? Absolutely. Let me get those peepers on it. Now, again, I'm kind of just ignoring the hotel stuff. I kind of got everything in here that I wanted, so I'm just slowly waiting for this to arrive in the hotel so that I can actually purchase it with that discount. But going to our items, we got a new floor plant. We got a bird of paradise wall-mounted bookshelf that I'm so thankful for. I really wish we had plain shelves that actually did work, because I do find that there's not really enough wall decorations in this game to keep like the rooms or even your own house interesting. This isn't empty, so unfortunately that doesn't mean that we'll be able to place items on here. We got a plushie. The mug shelves. They are a new item, a new street lamp. Those of you who maybe have city themed islands might get some use out of that. We got the kiddie partition, kiddie car, seesaw, kiddie slide, and kiddie house. So maybe if you have a playground, a sand pit, it's definitely giving little tykes. I actually had one of these houses. I don't know why they put the sad beige baby swatch as the first one that you can see. I actually looked up the price of these nowadays for the little tykes like log cabin. £550. I'm sorry, my children will be getting everything pre-owned. I will be scouring Facebook Marketplace and eBay. However, I don't have a lot of like kiddie stuff on my island, so instead I am going to absolutely go for the bird of paradise. We're gonna go for the shelf. I'm kind of not feeling the cat plushie right now, so we'll go for the mug shelves, the street lamp. The cat can be the fifth one. Thanks for the whopper of an order. Give it a day or so and your souvenirs will arrive. Thank you, Grams. Oh, Lilani, I'm here to do more work. There'll be more rooms for you to decorate. If you don't mind helping again, I'd be real pleased. What do you say? You gonna help me with a guest room? Absolutely. What are my choices? We got room 5 to work on today. Her two ideas are skyscraper room. I kind of already did that for the city room, so I think we'll do diner today. I have to show you my cityscape room because, not gonna lie, I absolutely popped off. I am so embarrassed of the room that I created the first time around. I also realized that you can actually change the size of these hotel rooms if you have the DLC. So if you have Happy Home Paradise, if you then hit the left button on your D-pad, you can actually change the size of your rooms, which for a diner we're actually going to do because I feel like it does need to be slightly bigger, but I kind of don't want to make it like a full-on diner. I still want to keep like the essence of a hotel room or a suite. Oh my god, you can do all of this. You can literally change the entryway, and you can also say whether you want windows or not. Stick with me. I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but we've got this. We can absolutely make this work. I just kind of wanted to grab out sort of everything that I wanted to use. We're gonna put these two beds together, and then I kind of want a little space. Oh, I've just realized that I didn't pull out any dining whatsoever. We do have this, which I kind of want to work as like a little mini bar scenario. We can have a little arcade section. So this is a little grabber, like claw machine, and the dartboard. Whoa, that lava lamp is way bigger than I was expecting it to be. And then I kind of wanted to use these. How do we rotate? Just hold A. I kind of just wanted to have them like filter into here. Kind of doesn't really make sense on this side considering it is a bar. We also have this wardrobe, which kind of fits the car theme, but I don't really know if I want it over here because that kind of takes away from the lamp. I say we move the jukebox somewhere else, and then this can go kind of near the suitcase. I kind of like that guitar just being placed there. And then I also kind of just like that cone being there as a decoration. Let's go to wall hangings. Obviously, I have this little light set up over here and the diner clock, but I definitely want something that makes sense behind the bar. So maybe we get this bottle shelf. Ooh, it fits like just over. I feel like the jukebox and the noise from the thing is like so annoying, but I feel like you can't have a diner kind of without a jukebox. It's just very, very overwhelming in my ears right now. I definitely feel like we need a fan. I feel like it's gonna get kind of smelly in this room. So maybe we'll go for this orange fan, kind of have that just like down by the bar. What color do these spotlights come in? Okay, maybe we use these above the bed actually. I was gonna use those iron lamps. I kind of like that clock over the bed as well. There's definitely different options that we can have on this. So you have a heart, Ooh, there's a drinks one. Open, open, open. Or just smileys. Why does this feel like sleeping in the room of the Vegas dome? Like, it's definitely giving that energy. Maybe if we move that up by one. Okay, for a diner room, this is actually looking quite cozy. A Cinderella Story is one of my favorite films ever, so it's not surprising that I'm absolutely killing the diner, to be honest. We definitely need to make the walls feel slightly busier though. I also don't think we have enough like wall just stuff in general. I know I've already mentioned about the shelves, but even just like artwork and stuff, there's just not enough to kind of bring character into your builds. Maybe we should just use some albums together. Let's get KK Fusion and KK Groove. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I like that little pattern. That's cool. I did change it to the brick wall because I felt like the diner wall was a little bit too in your face. Let's go back to the floor and check this out. I'm sorry, but I kind of killed it. Oh wait, we need to maybe just have a cheeky little look at what wallpapers I have and see if anything really works a little bit better. I don't know, I feel like we don't have a lot of like diner themed restaurants in the UK. Obviously we have like TGI Fridays, but it's not really a diner, but it kind of has that like essence to it. I don't like it when they're super repetitive, and I feel like this is like so repetitive, like overly, and it kind of takes away from like the decorations that I've put up. I actually didn't hate just the brick wall. I know it's a little bit boring and a little basic, but I think it honestly looks better to me, especially with like the windows and stuff, rather than having it so overly cluttered. I kind of don't want to do the black because that kind of takes away a little bit of the diner element. Honestly, we might actually go for this, and then maybe just a little accent wall. Yeah, I've seen a couple of people being like, oh, I'm so bad with the photography. My best advice that I can give is run your character into the middle of the room, then load up your camera app and make them disappear. And then you can also use your D-pad for like angles and stuff. I am a type of person who doesn't like having a lot of like the black box around it, so I try and do something that kind of like resembles this, that like barely has the black box but still gets like quite a lot of the room. Then you can just take your photo like normal, hit B, and it will automatically apply up in that top right corner. You can do 2 rooms a day. Room number 6. What are your ideas? A lodge room or a Japanese retro room? I've kind of done ranch, which I know isn't exactly lodge, so we'll do a Japanese retro. I think this might be probably the most calming space that I've made so far in this hotel, especially when you compare it to the diner room that we've just done. What a wonderful room. I'd love to stay in such a spot. I swear she didn't say that about my last one. Even she was like, no, that last one, it was a hot mess. I'm not gonna lie. Chaotic as hell. Would not be relaxing in the slightest. We've got another room ready for our guests. I'm giving you 200 tickets. Thank you, girl. Oh my god, does it not go off the number of rooms? Does it go off the number of days that you've done? Surely not. Yeah, it says 4 out of 5. I cannot believe that. So that means I can't even get that finished today. Right, how do we get Resetti? Because can't we actually put flowers now inside our pockets? And considering when it comes to actually making some of these DIY recipes, I now have to have flowers, which I honestly don't really have that much of because they've just been chilling on my beach this entire time. We should probably get Resetti to clear up some of the flowers and like put them either into my storage or into my pocket inventory. So let's go see if we can have a little chat. I'm thinking for that mystery one, could it be the fact that we didn't celebrate the opening? But I feel like we've never really had one for the opening before, and now I feel like we're not going to be able to have that celebration. This is the construction consultation. Oh, we can still hold the ceremony. Oof, a little cramped here, but welcome to our dedication ceremony honoring Soul Spray's brand new hotel. Dina's so cute, man. Look at how adorable she looks. Thank you. Thanks to everyone's tireless efforts, Soul Spray is developing wonderfully. I love how we're wearing the same banana as their daughter. That is so cute. Ooh, go on, Gina. Congratulations on the hotel's grand opening. Your lovely ceremony makes my trip even better. Woo woo! Oh, she is a little cute. I love the ducks, man. The ducks have really grown on me this installment of Animal Crossing. So that didn't make it pop, so it wasn't anything to do with that. I think now to get Resetti, he might also be an app on our phone, because I remember them talking about that in the trailer. Oh my god, he is rescue service, Island Life 101. Okay, I don't think anything else has really changed there, but then didn't he also say that we can talk to Isabel? Island evals, call the reset service. You want to reset part of the island? Okay, should we contact Resetti? Yes, please. I'm scared. What if I do something wrong? What if I wipe like my entire island? I don't think you could accidentally do that. Let's be so real. I got in touch with Resetti. He should be here on the island now, so please go and find him. I'm good for now, girl. Thank you. Thanks for your help, Isabel. I appreciate it. Also, yes, I'm picking up all my shells again, which is, again, another thing that I have not done since the beginning of this game. I've been hitting rocks with spades to make sure I have clay and stone and iron and gold for everything that I need it for. It's wild. I feel like I've been transported back to 2020. Knock on wood, nothing else follows. Oh. Actually, I just realized I'm back in my Animal Crossing era. I'm going to see Halsey, who is actually the last concert I went to see before the pandemic. Why am I in a time loop? Suddenly, I'm realizing I'm just replaying 2020. That is scary. You're the one who called. Since today's your first time using the service, I'm waiving the fee. You heard me? It's free. And this deal won't expire, so you ain't gotta rush. The freebie can be today, a year from today, whenever. You ready to start resetting? Yes, please. I'm scared. You got it, kid. Where do you want me resetting? I'll pick the area. Oh, not the walkie-talkie. Once you've decided on the area, use that transceiver you got there and give me a call. Capiche? You got it, sir. Oh man, there's barely any flowers. Okay, we're gonna have to try and line this up like as best as I possibly can. I don't want to get rid of that fence. This is actually so annoying. I wish you could kind of choose the size of the area. I wish you could say like smaller. That's not got anything in that top corner, so let's go contact him. That's so cute with my little walkie-talkie. This is the area you want I should reset, right? I swear, there's some like grammatical errors in this. I realized that when I was playing the other day as well. I see you got some planted flowers. You want me to stick them in storage, dispose of them, or leave them be? I would like you to stick them in storage. I'll put the flowers in storage. Can I get started, or do you want to see what it'll look like? What will it look like? That's okay with you? I'll get started. Please start. It's mole time! Dirt clods. This gadget is always clogging up. Now we're ready. Rangers, go! I do miss him. I miss his anger, honestly. All done. What do you think? Pretty tidy, ain't it? Like I told you earlier, today's your first time using the service, so it's free. Zero bells, nada, zilch. Starting tomorrow, though, you pay the standard fee. Capiche? No misunderstandings, no trouble. Thanks a ton. How funny would it be if like you could get him to work without paying him, and that's when like his anger came out as like a little throwback, a little like Easter egg to the older games. It's still hidden from me. So it's not to do with Resetti. Maybe I just have to play the hotel a bit more. And you know what? I have no issue with that. I'm liking taking it slow, going back to basics, but we are about to speed it up just a little bit. We do have an awful lot to do, not only on the bug and fish catching front and also the deep diving. We're just gonna ignore those for now. We have a lot to do on the DIY tools, the DIY furniture, and also the miles. And I want to test if the 3.0 update actually makes this easier, because now obviously we have batch crafting, we have batch cooking, which means that we can do 10 at a time. And I feel like a lot of people used a hack back in the day of making, I think it was like the paper stack of documents. You can flip between, so you make the scattered papers are used for the document stacks, but then the document stacks are used to make scattered papers. But then where do I get those document stacks from? This is confusing. No, apparently I can order the document stacks from my Nook shopping, which I realize I haven't actually had a look at the Lego stuff, which I think is in promotion. We have the Lego arcade game, Lego bed, Lego DIY workbench, fireplace, partition, plum blossom. That's so cute. Stop. It's literally the Lego set. Sofa, table, the brick tee, the logo tee, the minifig tee, Lego wall, the cute, the modern, the chic, colorful, cute, and modern. Whoa, the space logo rug is cool. The only issue with that is they're actually not gonna arrive until tomorrow. And I kind of don't want to like skip forward to tomorrow. I guess what we could do for right now to test it is actually the miles. So we're currently on 171. I want to see if batch crafting works with this. So let's go to our oven. Ooh, I want something that isn't really going to use a lot of stuff. That's 3 apples each time. This is only 2 apples. Let's actually make that, and then we will make multiple. We'll try and go for 10. So we were on what, 171 maybe? So if we skip through this, we made 10 times apple tarts, and then let's open this back up and see where we were up to. It does work. Okay, that definitely makes these a lot easier. We still have to do 10 at a time, but now I could literally spam through these so easily. Like, I could just get like that brown sugar, whole wheat flour. I have 100 of each of those. Obviously, it means that we're gonna make a lot of these, and my pockets are gonna fill up a lot, which I should probably put a bin outside of my house so that I don't have to like run to Nook's Cranny to like sell all of these constantly. If I wanted to take this more slowly, I could of course just focus on like the crafting elements that came in 3.0, focus on those tasks that got me tickets, and I would still be crafting a lot more than I usually craft. I mean, apart from designing my island, I was pretty much in like the end game scenario of Animal Crossing. It's the whole reason why I started this achievement hunt, because I was like, at least if I do an achievement hunt, it's doing something a little bit different. It's actually getting me to play the game, and I am gonna have to grind over it a little bit. 9,000 for all of that food? I really wasn't expecting that much money. I mean, the thing is, now that we can actually craft from our storage as well, we don't even need to be in our home to do that. We could quite literally pick up this little kitchen, which I did actually try and put a campfire down. I also tried a barbecue, and you can't cook on either of those, which feels a little bit silly to me. I feel like when they kind of added cooking in like, I think that was the 2.0 update, right? They should have maybe looked at those items items and been like, well, it would make sense to be able to cook on those. However, we do have this outdoor kitchen that you can interact with. So if we go on let's make something, if we make more of these brown sugar cupcakes, we go for another 10. I kind of wish that if you pressed up on your right joystick when you were making this, it would just jump to 10. I still don't want it to ruin my enjoyment too much. I think getting to like the 300 is absolutely fine. I don't want to just like spam this for say like 2 days and completely finish these achievements. Because then it doesn't really feel like it's an achievement, you know? It just kind of feels like you've been a little bit cheaty, even though I guess over the time that I've been playing, I have collected all of the ingredients that we need to make these. So I have still been taking it like pretty slowly, but I can kind of already feel it taking away my enjoyment. So this definitely is handy for those of you who want to like speed through the achievements. That's just not really my kind of playstyle. I like the grinding. I like actually taking my time and feeling as if I'm doing this quite naturally. And to be fair, you could ask me again in like 2 months time and I'd be like, I'm actually so over it and I just want to use this hack for everything. And I wish there was a speed hack to being able to catch all the fish and to catch all of the stuff that is under the water. And now I'm cursing myself that I even started this challenge. I kind of also want to see if just making like sugar or flour goes towards this. So we're on 267. So making the ingredients, making flour, making sugar, probably one of the easiest things you can do actually within cooking, because it just uses one of whatever you need. For example, for sugar, it just uses the sugar cane. For the flour, it just uses wheat. However, it does make like 100, but it doesn't count to be 100 because it's like 10 stacks of 10. I've made 56,000 bells already. We're one off. Okay, let's go all out. Let's make an actual dish. We don't need to batch craft this one. We're gonna get the 300. We're fine. Oh my god, that actually looks so banging. I love a jelly. 300 out of 300. The gourmet epicure? Is that how I pronounce that word? Now we need to do another 500, which, I mean, with the batch crafting, definitely wouldn't take that long. If you have a completely empty pocket, you can fit 40 items in there. You really don't have to cook that many times. But like I said, I don't really want to rush through it just yet. I have obviously been making like a lot of the stone axes. I mean, it would have been handy for me to still have the Nook Miles achievements where I need to break axes, but I've been making those cheaper axes because I need so much wood for all the stuff that we've been crafting for those requests for the hotel. Wood has absolutely been flying out of here, and I feel like the trees barely ever give me just like plain wood. They like to give me a mix of softwood and hardwood, which is kind of annoying because the plain wood is what I need the most. Olive and I were just talking about making playlists. I didn't know folks had such strong opinions about it. I've been making playlists for a minute, but I didn't think anyone actually cared. Actually, I care a lot. No, Beardo, I don't want to keep talking to you. Also, yeah, update on the island. I have Beardo. I got bullied into it by chat. We had a chatter ask if I should take Beardo if I got him, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get rid of this poll. I cannot be bullied into this. And then on my 100th ticket, whilst I was hunting specifically for a smug villager, of course, it wasn't really Beardo at the time, but he popped up on the 100 ticket, and I figured I can't ignore that, you know? It felt like a sign, and so I took him. And I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of grown on me already. I kind of like having Beardo. Also, really quickly, before we wrap this video up, I did actually I'm so sorry, Shino. I fully did not mean to ignore you. I mean, that's kind of appropriate that she just spoke to us, because I did actually manage to go up another level in Smile Isle. Of course, I played the fishing tourney. That actually happened on the 10th of January. Now all I need to do is eventually go back and play the October one. I think we probably will time travel for that at some point. I managed to complete Shady Shakedown. I got 100 pieces of furniture from shaking the trees on my island, which thankfully I never have to shake a tree again if I don't want to. On the 14th, I managed to complete 100 good deeds with my villagers. This one is gonna take a little while. I think this and KK Slider, and obviously catching all the things that I need to catch, are gonna be the ones that take the longest. And this is just completely random. It kind of happens the more you play, the more your villagers actually interact with you and ask you to do certain things and like give you quests to do. And it doesn't happen very often. It definitely doesn't happen as often in New Horizons as it did in the older games, which is unfortunate. So I kind of just have to go with the flow on that one and kind of play as much as I possibly can. And on stream, I managed to complete the stretch to refresh, which actually means if we go to my reactions, I have every single reaction within the game now, because the last ones that I needed were for doing 50 stretches, which means I guess we can't get any other reactions. Everything has been unlocked. And I also never have to stretch again. But it is kind of a good way to see which NPCs are on your island. That is one thing I did notice. For example, if you have loads of shooting stars one night and you're like, I swear Celeste has got to be here, but I don't know where she is. Usually if you host a stretching class, she will show up, so you know that she's definitely on your island. Also, a quick point to know when it comes to stretching, now all of the tourists who are on your island can also stretch with you. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope I answered a couple of questions. If you are on your very own achievement hunt, know that the batch crafting and crafting from your storage is absolutely going to be your friend. Like, a lot of the weaker tools mainly just use tree branches. I maybe would use the ones that use branches over the wood, considering you probably want to reserve your wood for a lot of the crafting for the hotel. It's probably the material that you are gonna run out of the most, but also crafting things that you need for the hotel is also gonna up that furniture anyway, your DIY furniture. So if you want to take it more slowly, definitely don't feel like you need to use the batch crafting. A little speed glitch if I ever feel like I need it. I wish you all well on your own Nook Miles achievements. I hope it's going well. Let me know, are there any that you're currently really struggling with in the comments down below.